Hey guys, Cal here, and today I'm standing here with the 2024 Chevy Silverado 1500 Trail Boss, and I know we all know what the traditional Silverado looks like, whether it's an LT or an RST, but this is the Trail Boss, so let's take a look at a couple of the things that make this different from an LT or an RST. Alright guys, so starting up front of the Trail Boss here, we have these beautiful LED headlamps and those LED turn signals and those bigger vents right there that we're seeing on this brand new fascia. Now, compared to an LT that might have a chrome grille or an RST that might have a body color grille, you got that gloss black painted grille right in the middle there. This one also does have that blacked out Chevy badge. And then coming down below, you will see that we do have those gloss black painted bumpers as well, whereas again on an LT it might be chrome, or on an RST it would just be body color. They are gloss black down below as well. And then on the Trail Boss, this is also where you see those gloss red painted tow hooks come into effect. We have those on the front end, giving this a very sharp look as well. We also have these fog lights as well. That is because this is an RST or above. Obviously, this being a Trail Boss, it's just one step above the RST, so you do get those really nice LED fog lights down below. All right, guys, and then take a look under the hood real quick. We won't spend too much time under here because this is a powertrain that we're very familiar with. This is the 5.3 liter V8. It is putting out about 355 horsepower and 383 pound-foot of torque. Obviously, those are the figures they've had for quite a few years now, so I would really like to see some updates to this motor. It does feel adequate when you're driving it, but I do think this engine is a little long in the tooth and could use an update, but it does move the Trail Boss pretty well, so I guess I don't have any complaints there, but it would be nice to see an update for the 5.3. And then as far as fuel economy numbers for the 5.3 Trail Boss here, we do have 15 miles to the gallon in the city, we have 18 miles to the gallon on the highway, and we have about 16 miles to the gallon combined. Alright guys, and now we're down here taking a look at the wheels on the Trail Boss. Now they did have these in the last generation, 2019 and above, but they are continuing into this 2022 and above refresh. So those are pretty sweet looking wheels, the gloss black 18-inch rim, and they are surrounded by the mud terrain Goodyear Wranglers. I don't know about longevity on these tires. I've never actually ran them myself, but I think they are, at the very least, some pretty sweet looking tires, and they definitely fit the look of this truck. And now moving up to our quarter panel here, I did just notice these blacked out Z71 badges. So if you did not get the Black Essentials package, which is a $350 package, you would just have the chrome badges here, but this one does have that $350 Black Essentials package. So it does have the blacked out Z71 badge right here. Has a blacked out Z71 badge in the front grille, and then it also has some on the rear on the tailgate as well. Moving down the side of the Trail Boss here, you will see we do have some gloss black painted door handles as well. If you get an RST or an LT, these are just body color painted. And this is one complaint I do have on Chevy. I have them on almost all their cars, is that they don't put the passive entry on all 4 door handles anymore. It is just the button on the front door handle only. So if you're coming from the gym or say the grocery store, you got bags in hand and you're trying to open up the door, you will have to at least just walk up to the front door real quick, hit that button, and then you can get into your back door just like that. And now while we're on the side, guys, we'll also take a look at these really nice side steps here. They almost look like they are covered in sort of like a bed liner material. It's very rugged down here. Now these are part of the tonneau and assist step value package, which goes for $2,445, which to me, I don't really think that sounds like a very great value to pay $2,445 for just side steps and a tonneau cover. Now, what I will give Chevy regarding these side steps and the tonneau cover is that they do look very high quality, but I don't think it's very much of a value to get charged that much money for side steps and the tonneau cover. I think I could get them for much less elsewhere. All right, guys, so here we are at the back of the Silverado Trail Boss. Now we're taking a look at the tailgate here. You will see that black lettering in the Chevrolet inlay. That is part of the Dark Essentials package, as well as those Silverado and LT badges back here. Now you'll also see that black gloss painted bumper around the whole rear. That is part of the Trail Boss package as well, just like we had that black front bumper up there. And then just like the RST, you do have those dual exhaust pipes. Those are also a part of the Trail Boss package that simply just comes standard on the truck. And one last thing, since we're at the back of the truck, I did want to talk about towing. It is rated for 8,500 pounds on a gooseneck trailer and 9,200 pounds on a conventional trailer, at least according to the door jamb that is up front. All right, guys, and here we are under the rear side of the Trail Boss here. Now we're taking a look at these sweet Rancho shocks, and that is because this does have the Z71 package standard on the Trail Boss, obviously because it is an off-road minded truck. So the Rancho shocks are part of that, as well as a 2-inch lift. And according to the window sticker, not only does the Z71 package include the 2-inch lift and those monotube shocks, but it also includes the skid plates, the hill descent control, and a heavy-duty air filter. All right, guys, last thing we'll take a look at while we're at the rear side of the Silverado Trail Boss here is we will drop the tailgate, which does not drop automatically because we do have the tonneau cover from that side step and tonneau value package. This is the short bed setup because we do have the crew cab with the Trail Boss, so this is a short bed setup. And according to the door jamb, it is good for 1,671 pounds of payload. All right, guys, so here we are in the front seat of the Trail Boss here. Now, of course, like I said, it is very similar to any other Silverado in here because it is a Silverado. So if you guys have been in an LT or an RST up to Trail Boss, any trim above LT does look just like this inside. You get that 13.4-inch radio screen. You get that nice big screen for your driver information center as well, and your digital speedometer straight ahead. On this particular one, we do have the heated steering wheel, which is also leather wrapped, which is nice. I believe the heated steering wheel and the leather wrapped steering wheel come on LT and above. Of course, we do have it in the Trail Boss here as well, where you do get a blacked out Chevy badge on the steering wheel, which is very cool with the Trail Boss. And then, of course, we do have our 4-wheel drive switch down here, which has our 2 high, our 4 high, and our 4 low, because we do have that 2-speed transfer case in the Trail Boss. And then this one also does come with a convenience package, so let's go over some of the options that's involved with that, which is a $1,340 package. Now, that does include the Bose premium sound system. It does also include the universal home remote, so if you do want to program some garage doors for your house to the truck, you will have to get that convenience package. That does also come with the rear sliding power window, the hitch guidance with the hitch view on the truck's backup camera, and that also does come with the trailer brake controller as well as the in-vehicle trailering app to set up your different trailers, whether you want them to be remembered by the truck or not. And when changing through your drive modes, just like any other Silverado, you do have your little animations on the dashboard. So here we are on a normal 2-lane highway in our normal mode, right? And then we switch over to sport mode. And then, whoa, look at that. We're on a friggin' racetrack over here. And then out of nowhere, you switch it to off-road mode, and bam, look at this. It's like going over bumps and stuff off-road. Like, watch it. It like, look at that. Look at it. Wow, going over all those bumps. It's crazy. And lastly, when you put it into tow haul mode, it does display a little trailer right behind your Silverado Trail Boss. And I love that this emblem on here is actually a Trail Boss. Like, they did not just make it like a standard Silverado. It is literally a Trail Boss. You got the red tow hooks, the Z71 badge. Like, it's literally a Trail Boss in the animation. All right, guys, here we are taking a look at the radio real quick. Now, like I've said in the previous clips, this is just like you would see in any other Silverado, like in the LT or the RST, but here in the Trail Boss, it's all the same. You got the 13.4-inch display. You got your AM, FM, Sirius, and Bluetooth music all in your radio app here. If I hit the home button and go back, I can hit my phone. I have all my contacts, my recent calls, all that good stuff right in that app if you have your phone hooked up with the Bluetooth. If I hit the cameras app, I believe this will also launch while you're driving, which is cool. You can get a look at your trailer, make sure everything is fine back there. You can also zoom in on your ball while you're backing up to get it perfectly lined up, so I really like that. And then we do have the Play Store built into the truck, and you do have your Android Auto and Apple CarPlay that will launch over the whole screen if you have those hooked up. And then you also have the Maps option up here, which is a built-in Google Maps option, but keep in mind, in order to use this Google Maps, you do have to have an active subscription to keep the truck connected to the internet in order to get to that Google Maps. And then if I hit the Google Assistant here, this will let me do things like turn on the rear defroster, turn the temperature down or up simply by just using my voice. So let's do that real quick. Hey Google, change the temperature to 80 degrees.
All right,
And just like that, it has changed the driver and passenger temperature to 80 degrees just by using my voice. All right, guys, and another thing I wanted to go over in the interior here is the front bucket seat option. So this is a $620 option, and I think if you're somebody that doesn't have a large family and you don't really need the extra seat in the middle for, say, like an emergency situation, I do think this is a good option because it offers a lot of good storage. Up front, we got this nice large tray to toss your phone into or whatever else. You got these nice big cup holders, which will toss a nice big large Starbucks latte in there to show you how massive the cup holders are. They are a pretty good size up here. And then you got a little tray to maybe toss some pens or maybe toss your phone as well, and a little tray behind the shifter here. Now, if you open this center console up, you have your wireless cell phone charger in there, and I'm going to put my phone in there now. This is the Pro Max. This is the big iPhone here, and that one does fit in there pretty well. So that is nice. So if you got a big phone, it should fit in there. And then if we open this up, we do see that nice big storage tray they include for us. You can toss plenty of things in there. We have a USB Type A and Type C charger, and this wireless charger does act as a tunnel, so you can run all your charge cables out. And then also you have your household power outlet in here as well. And then they also give you a little light in here so you can see what you're looking for in this cavernous storage compartment. I mean, I'm almost able to pretty much put my whole forearm in there. So it's a pretty big storage cubby up here, very deep. I mean, you could toss a few water bottles in here. It is huge. And then they do let you take that tray out if you got to wash it and keep this nice and clean. So Chevy really thought of everything with these bucket seats up here. And like I said, if you don't have kids or you don't really have too many people in the family, I think this is a great option to add some extra storage in your Trail Boss. All right, guys, and here we are in the back seat of the Trail Boss. Like I said in all the other clips, it is, you know, nothing different than any other Silverado back here, but it does have pretty good leg space. I am 6'2". I'm sitting behind myself, so I have my front seat back pretty far. And I still do have maybe like an inch or two of room before my knees hit the back of the chair. And this is the second biggest back seat in the industry. I think Ram does take the top spot. And then second place would go to Chevy, and I think Ford is right behind that. So it is a pretty big back seat. I do have the USB Type A and Type C on the back side of that center console. And then also on the back side of the center console here, I do have these two really big cup holders for the backseat passengers. So if you do have people riding in the back a lot and you don't need that third seat in the front, I think it is a good option to get the bucket seats because you do get the extra cup holders for the folks in the back. And then we do also have these air vents on the back of the front console as well to keep the people in the back seat comfortable. All right, guys, here we are behind the wheel of the Trail Boss here. And this one, as we saw earlier in the video, is outfitted with the 5.3-liter V8, which now is a $1,795 option. So if you do not option that V8, you are going to be left with the 2.7-liter Turbo Max. Now, I personally do like the 2.7. I think in an RST or an LT it does well, you know, with sort of the street tire, the all-season tire. But I think it's something like this with these mud tires and the 2-inch lift. Personally, I think the 5.3 fits the character of this truck a little bit better. So if I was buying this Trail Boss, I would get the 5.3 personally. And another thing I wanted to note about the ride in the Trail Boss here is compared to a normal Silverado, I think this feels a little bit more sort of like it's a heavier duty feel to it. Because of that 2-inch lift, you got those Rancho shocks in the rear end, you got those mud terrain tires. I think it gives it just this heavy duty truck feel. Now, I think I covered everything in this review that kind of makes this Trail Boss different from, say, any other standard Silverado like an RST or an LT. But if I did miss anything that differentiates the Trail Boss from the LT or the RST, please leave it in the comments below. All right, guys, I appreciate you taking a look at the Silverado Trail Boss with me today. I did want to do one shout out to Bob Johnson Chevrolet for letting me use this truck to review for you guys. So if you're interested in this truck or similar ones, I'll have all their info in the description down below. But otherwise, I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button now, leave a like on the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.